Hey, Wayne here, and today I am on the Mokwheel Obsidian 2.0. This is a step through. Let's check it out. Oh, I knew it was going to happen eventually. Thanks to Mokwheel for sending out their Obsidian 2.0 step through upgraded bike. They have no say in this review other than to answer any questions that I might come up with. A while back, I reviewed the first edition of the Obsidian from Mokwheel. It was a step over, had a lot of power, was a fun bike. If you want to see that review, I'm going to have links to it down below. So as with most bikes, if there is a step through, there is also a step over. And yeah, Mokwheel has a step over of this version of this bike as well. Now this one, the step through, comes in 3 colors: blue and gray, desert camo, and the one I'm riding today is black and red. So the bike comes in a one-size-fit-all kind of a size. It is for riders from 5'6" to 6'8". It can carry about 350 pounds and weighs 77 pounds. The battery is a 940 watt 19.6 amp hour battery and complies with UL standards. It also has a range between 60 to 80 miles. Of course, that's going to depend on how you ride, the terrain, if you throttle a lot, what mode you're in, hills, all that kind of stuff. So take all that into consideration when figuring out how far you can go on this bike. So the motor is butterflies. So the motor is rated at 750 watts with a continuous 1000 watts and a peak power of 1300 watts. And if you're looking for a bike with a lot of torque to get you up hills and accelerate faster, this is the bike for you. This bike has 105 Newton meters of torque, which is a lot of torque. Getting some shade here, and let's talk about the torque and cadence sensor. Okay, so this bike has both torque and cadence sensors built in. You don't have to do anything, you don't have to switch anything, but I wanted a little more detail on how it works, and this is what Mokwheel told me. They said, when riding at speeds below 20 miles per hour, the torque sensor is primarily at work. It responds to the amount of force that you apply to the pedals. The harder you pedal, the more resistance you get, which is something most of us already know. And then with the cadence sensor, once your speed goes above 20 miles per hour, the cadence sensor starts to contribute more. Since your pedaling speed increases at higher speeds, the torque applied tends to decrease as pedaling becomes lighter. So the cadence sensor steps in to compensate and maintain a smooth, supportive ride. So I can tell you that having the two, the bike feels great. There's also with the bike having 10 speed of gearing, this bike is really smooth. You don't feel the change between the levels that much. It's just real gradual. But the best thing about it is I don't have any ghost pedaling with this. So that's really great. I think this is the way to go, and hopefully we'll see this in more bikes to come. So this bike is a Class 2 e-bike, which means if you're throttling only, it will top out at 20 miles per hour. I just hit around 18 or so, and it's kind of kicking back. Now it's at 19. So you can get around 20 miles an hour when you're just throttling. Now if you're throttling and you lay off the throttle and continue to pedal in mode 5, the bike will get you up to around 28 miles per hour. Of course, that's going to depend on things like your weight, terrain, and all that stuff again. So right now I'm going 26 miles per hour, but I got a stop sign coming up. But I will tell you that earlier when I did a test, I did get up to 29 miles per hour. So we've got Tektro hydraulic front and rear brakes, and they work pretty good. So right now I'm going about close to 19 miles an hour, slamming on the brakes. I didn't completely squeeze them in all the way, but that was a pretty good stop right there. Tektro brakes on these bikes seem to be pretty good. For tires, we have 26-inch by 4-inch fat tires, and they're supposed to be puncture resistant. So good on the tires. Let's talk a little bit about the display. The display has a high resolution and it's detachable. So when you get out and you go for a ride and you stop somewhere, if you take the display off, if you pop it off, you can take it with you, rendering the bike pretty useless. Of course, if somebody still wants to steal it, they can and ride it like a regular bike. So I suggest you still chain it up, but they're gonna have to get another display if they wanna actually ride it. For the suspension, the bike has a 130 millimeter adjustable front fork, and it's matched up with a 50 millimeter mid-mounted air shock. And they both work really, really well. For those of you that like thumb throttles, this bike has a thumb throttle. Now another cool upgrade is the seat. The post is just a regular post, but in it they've attached a dropper post. And I've never had a dropper post on any bike. I've wanted one, I was gonna install one, but this bike comes equipped with one. Now, to raise it up and down, there's a lever under the seat that you squeeze, and the seat will either go up or down, depending on what you need. That's gonna help a lot of people, especially if they're on any kind of trails, going up or going down. It's gonna make it a lot more comfortable, the positioning. So that is good to see. It's another big upgrade for this bike from Mokwheel. If you're looking for an awesome e-bike that can handle all kinds of terrain, then the Obsidian 2.0 is probably something that you should have at the top of your list. It's an awesome e-bike that takes advantage of both the torque and cadence sensors by putting them together, making this one cool, smooth ride. It gives you a lot of power when you need it, and it retains that feeling of a standard bike without power, although it's there to help you, giving you sort of a feeling of being a little stronger than you actually are. You don't tire out as fast, but you still feel like you're riding a regular bike. Bikes that are only cadence sensor, you don't really have to pedal hard ever. It will get you to the top speed no matter how fast you pedal, how hard you pedal. So there's no kind of workout or anything with those. Those are probably good for people with bad hips or legs or knees or something. Your torque sensor bikes are great. I really like torque sensor bikes because you have to put a little more work into it, and it retains that natural feeling when you ride. But when you combine the two together, it really helps out on that high end. So I really like the combination. Some of the other great features are like the dual suspension, the dropper post, and that powerful motor of 750 watts, but peaks at 1600 watts and has 105 Newton meters of torque. If you get this bike, another thing that you'll see that's really cool is down by where you plug the bike in for power, there's also a plug there for solar panels, or the kit that they sell, which I show off in another review that I did. I'll put links to that down below as well. I think it was the Basalt e-bike that I did a review for, where I showed how the solar panels work. If the Obsidian 2.0 checks all your boxes and you want to get one, please check out my links down below in the comment and description area of the video. Sometimes I have coupons along with it so that you can get it at a discounted price. Grab yourself one, get out there and ride, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's see what I can get this up to. Slightly going up a hill. I hit 28. Almost 29. I'm going home. It's hot out here. Whew. It's over 100 out there right now. But this is a fun bike. It's a great looking bike. I love how the torque and the cadence sensor works together throughout your ride. It's fast, it's powerful, And brakes work good. The suspension is really nice with the air shock and the adjustable front shock or front forks. Yeah, this gets 2 thumbs up.